Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm coming at you in Team Shadow Strike, and this is another deck instructional video. But before I get to that, I'm gonna give you another frequent reminder, guys. If you still haven't entered my October monthly giveaway, where I'll be giving away 2 free Glendios mats to 2 lucky people, all you have to do is just leave a comment in the comment section below of my contest video. All you got to do is just go to my video section. It's called It's called September Giveaway Results / October Giveaway Announcement. So if you go watch that video, it will tell you what you need to comment about, and it will tell you the rules and everything. And if you win, I will send you this Glendios mat still wrapped in its plastic wrapping, and it's kind of like my Halloween giveaway. So in this video that we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about my favorite clan, and that is Kagero. Kagero is my favorite clan out of the game. It is dragons. So, this clan, I guess, you know, it's OP. I mean, I just don't know how else to say it. I have so much fun playing Kagero, because it has so many things in it that I just like. Dragons, the color red. The color red is my favorite color. You know, but set 15 gave us stupidity. It just gave us things that just made this clan even stupider. And there's things that are coming out past this that make it even worse. That's why I love Kagero. Not because it's OP, that's just a plus. I just like Kagero because there's a specific card that just keeps coming back, and I just love it. So the first card that I want to talk about that we got in set 15, Infinite Rebirth, is Eternal Bringer Griffin. This card is so good because when it's placed on the rear guard, you get to discard a Kagero grade 3 from your hand and search out Dragonic Overlord, your break ride. You never miss grade. You know, you're never going to have to ride the wrong grade 3 first. That's just, you know, I mean, occasionally sometimes you will, but this card makes it to where you're highly likely not going to be able to. Now, it also brings into account which starter should you use. Obviously, Conroe's banned. I know, boohoo for us. But this is generally the starter that most Kagero decks use now. Red Pulse, which is the grade 3 searcher. You can use Lizard Soldier Fargo, which I think I might have a copy of it in here. It looks like okay, I do not have one. I think I may have given mine away or something, or it might be in another box. But Lizard Soldier Fargo, it was another Kagero starter that we got in set 15. His ability reads as you can move into the soul in that turn. When your Overlord Vanguard's attack hits, you can destroy a rear guard. I do see the validity of it. That starter is stupid. But I like this because it adds consistency. You want to make your deck as consistent as possible. And it gets your deck a reshuffle. You know, for other things that you're going to be doing in the deck, that is crucial. So, just to answer that question. For the second card that we got from set 15, it was one of the best grade 2s that Kagero has, and that is Dragonic Burnout. Dragonic Burnout's effect is when he's placed on the rear guard, you may Soul Blast 1, and then take an Overlord card from your drop zone and put it to the bottom of your deck and and destroy 1 unit on the field. Excuse me, guys. This is crucial because it makes Berserk Dragon now worthless in any Kagero deck that involves the words Dragonic Overlord. This card is so OP. You're going to see this card being ran anywhere from 3 to 4 in a deck. This card is so stupid because it lets you blow cards up for essentially nothing, because these 2 cards can set up combos. You can also use Gojo to help you set up Burnout, because you can just ditch that grade 3 and then use Burnout and then just get a unit off your opponent's board. I mean, you can essentially minus your opponent pretty heavily, pretty quickly, with a burnout and an attack and some other things. you know, both of these cards were huge in this deck becoming better. Even though this deck really didn't need much more to be pretty stupid. But anyway, the next card we were talking about is, before I get in, well, that's another video. But anyway, Dragonic Overlord. Now, we have seen this card. If you've played Vanguard, you have, you know about Dragonic Overlord because he's been in the show since episode 1. He was the 3rd unit to show up on the TV show, for Christ's sake. The fact that we got a reprinted Dragonic Overlord as a break ride is stupid. That basically revitalizes. You probably know what this is. You know, you probably already are aware of what this card is. But for dramatic purposes, I'm going to keep it face down. But it also makes Dragonic Overlord the End a card again. I don't like the End with this card more than this card, who shall remain nameless for the next few minutes, or seconds, or however long it takes. This card alone makes almost any Kagro deck now, it gives it a restand option. Because while Dauntless Drive Dragon is good, I'm not saying Dauntless is bad, because Dauntless is good. I have 3 play sets of Dauntless, okay, so I'm not saying Dauntless is no longer useful. But what he does is he allows you to attack a rearguard, drop 1, restand. Well, attack a rearguard, counterblast 1, drop 1, restand. He gives you a cheaper out to Dauntless, where Dauntless lets you attack the Vanguard twice, but you have to drop 3 cards. But there's a little thing that counteracts for having to attack that rearguard the first time. But, you know, I don't know how much more to say about Dragonic Overlord. And then for the last card that we got from set 15 that was so good, Dragonic Overlord, the Rebirth. This was one of the most. Well, this was one of those cards that I was waiting the longest for it to come out in English. Rebirth is just amazing. His ability to get 3 twin drives in 1 turn is simply a huge threat, because it'll eat away a hand so quickly. And if you can time it properly, it's even worse, because it's generally going to win you the game if you know when to time it. So these are the 4 MVPs of set 15 for the Kagero clan. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that you can do. Okay, generally, this is going to be your starter. One thing that I like to do is people ask me, one thing that you're going to see people doing a lot of with this deck is they're going to, once they have their Dragonic Overlord, they're going to use their other ones as bait for this, your Burnout. You can use this, even if you just discard Dragonic Overlord and search another one that puts an Overlord in the drop zone so you can use your Burnout. That is crucial. That right there is one of the main plays that you're going to be seeing used against you. One thing that I like to do is if I'm playing against Liberators, I like to pop the unit in the back and then also kill the unit in front. So say if they have a Bruno and Fallon column, or a Blaster Blade and or a Balin, the Unflipper, and then a Blaster Blade or Fallon in front of that, pop the grade 1, then take out the grade 2 with an attack. I like doing that because it pops 2 units, and it will force them to play more out of their hand. So, but generally, the thing that people want is, when I'm on Dragonic Overlord, I would like my field to look something similar to this. Whoops. Let's say my field looks something similar to this. Having a Burning Horn and your Red Pulse still out is not a bad option, because this is still a 16k column. As long as you're getting your rear guards to hit 16, you're fine. I generally like to have a field before I ride Rebirth. There are some people who they will hold their entire hand before they do this, and they might have only something like this. I don't like doing that because then that's more I have to drop. I like to have a field before then, so I can at least have something to go with. So, obviously, let's just jump right into it. One thing I also like doing is, say if you have that extra Overlord in your hand, and before you call this Burnout, drop it with your Gojo, then call this, and then get that Burnout off to kill one of their front row rear guards. Obviously, don't do that if it's their only one, but kill the other one so they just can't intercept with it. Then the famous thing, what we're going to do is we're going to counterblast one, and we are going to lock all 5 of our rear guards. Then what we're going to do is we're going to attack one of our opponent's front row rear guards, and we're going to kill it. And we're going to be attacking it for 33,000 power. We're going to get some drive triggers. And then we're going to give them to our vanguard. And then we're going to counterblast one and drop one with Dragonic Overlord's Break Ride skill and restand. And then we're going to get some more drive triggers. And then we're going to attack our opponent's vanguard for the second time. After this attack concludes, we're going to drop 2 cards out of our hand with Rebirth's Limit Break. And then we're going to get some more drive triggers. We're going to restand again. And then we're going to attack for the 3rd time. So, you know, yeah, and we're going to hit 6 criticals too. That is crucial. We're going to hit 6 criticals on all 6 of our checks. So, no matter how hard when we hit you, we're going to cause you 6 damage. So, boy, wouldn't that be awesome to hit 6 criticals. I will tell you guys one at my locals the other day. I shit you not. Before I started this combo, I went attack an opponent's rear guard. I went literally 1, and then I think it was that. Okay, so 43. Counterblasted 1, dropped 1, and restood. And then I attacked for the 2nd time. That was my 2nd twin drive. And then when I dropped 2 and restood, that was my 2nd one. So in all 3 of my attacks, I hit 5 crits and a heal. You know, I felt like Kai right there. If only this heal trigger would have been another crit, right? But hey, it's pretty OP. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. You know, I mean, as linear as this deck is, it's also very deadly because it just has so many options because it can just nuke fields really quickly. The number one thing that I'll tell you, you can tell a good Rebirth player from a bad Rebirth player, is players who use Rebirth skill every freaking turn. You do not want to use Rebirth every turn. What I generally like to do is do it the turn I cross Break Ride. And then the next turn, protect yourself, obviously. And then maybe say you lose these. I like to hold on to a couple more Burning Horns. And then the next turn, do a triple attack and get my opponent to next to no hand. That way on the following turn, I can then go back into Rebirth and just attack their Vanguard twice for 23,000 and just try and beat them down. I have not used Rebirth more than 3 times in one game, and I would not recommend using it more than 2 if you can. Even though sometimes if you can be fine using it a 3rd time. You just need to be careful. You do not want to play a ton of draws in this deck. Because you're going to maintain a hand. And keep in mind, guys, break riding Overlord onto Overlord is not a bad option. You know, just to maybe get some damage on your opponent before you cross break ride. I would not cross break ride unless your opponent is at least at 4 damage. I guess if they're at 3 and you're feeling lucky, go for it. You might double crit them. You never know. But if your opponent is at 2 damage, don't even consider it. If they're at 3, only if you're feeling lucky, or if you think since you haven't pulled any crits, you might have a good chance. But if your opponent is at 4 or 5, that is the time when you want to cross break ride. Timing is everything in Vanguard. But, you know, that's just I mean, there's not a right or wrong way. You know, you just have to, timing is everything, guys. Timing is everything in Vanguard. So I hope this was helpful to you in some way. Rebirth, obviously, guys, is one of the best decks in the format right now. The simple fact to be able to just go Rearguard, Vanguard, Vanguard, and get 6 drive checks is good, you know. I mean, this, I don't need to sit here and explain to you why 6 drive checks is good. But that's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to do a quick little deck discussion over this because, you know, you're going to see this deck. If you are going to be going to any of the World Qualifiers, you're going to see this deck. It is going to be there, and it is a threat. There are so many people who do not give Rebirth the respect he's due. Because they're like, oh, if you survive that 3 attack thing, he's just no more useful. Feel free to think that if you would like, because I hope I get one of those people and prove to them that they're wrong. But anyway, guys, there's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. So in the comment section below, tell me if you liked it. If you did not like it, please tell me why, so I can make these more enjoyable for you in the future. If there's something else I could do to make you like them better, please let me know. So I do these videos for you guys, so if there's something I can do to help you enjoy these, make them better, more informative, maybe another thing I could show you, you just need to ask me. If you have any questions about this deck, you can just leave it in the comment section below, and I will answer them. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so, guys. Keep in mind that the giveaway is still going on, so please go do that if you haven't. If this was your first time visiting my channel, thank you very much. I hope you come back for come back soon. I do deck profiles, I do these instructional videos, I do random rants, I do all kinds of fun stuff, and I have an open video suggested policy. So if there's ever anything that you want to see, all you simply have to do is just ask me, and I will do my best to make a video for you. And I'll even give you a shout out if you suggest it. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. So please leave me some feedback below. Tell me what you thought. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you next time.